Hello, River of Life Community Fellowship. It is time once again for another midweek check-in. It's Christmas week. Christmas is here. It's an exciting time. We've been talking the last couple of weeks about the promise, the coming promise, the promises that were fulfilled in the birth of Jesus, and how different stories in the Old Testament foreshadowed those promises. And I know I am so grateful for Christ and his coming, his birth, and just what that all meant. And like I said, we've been talking a lot about God's promises and the promises that he fulfilled in the birth of Jesus. And there are so many. He promised to send us a Redeemer. He promised to send us somebody who would deal with the problem of our sin. He promised to send somebody who would rescue us. And all of those promises were fulfilled by a baby in a manger. And it's just an amazing thing, and such a reason to celebrate, such a reason to have joy in this season. But in addition to those promises, there are a lot of other promises that God has made to us because of a baby in a manger, because of the coming of Jesus. There's a lot of other promises that we get to hold on to. Like we can hold on to the promise that never will he leave us, never will he forsake us. We know that because he left heaven to rescue us. And so since he did that, we know he's never going to leave us. He's never going to abandon us, because he didn't. He proved that he proved that he wouldn't. And he promised that he would always be with us. He promised that we would see him again. He promised us that this life is not the end, that there's something beyond this. And that he promised us that we get to be with him in heaven. And those promises are all wrapped up in the joy of this baby in a manger. And that's an amazing thing and a wonderful thing. And that's really what we celebrate when we're celebrating Christmas. We're not just celebrating that Jesus came. We're celebrating all that came with him. All the promises fulfilled, all the hope, all the joy, all of that stuff is wrapped up in this celebration of a baby boy. And it's easy this time of year. It's easy to be distracted. It's easy to lose sight of what Christmas is all about. Christmas has become so commercialized and such a time of busyness with all these different things going on. And it's so easy to lose sight of what it is we're really celebrating. And I'm thankful that God gives us those little reminders, that he gives us, that he allows us to see in his word the things that he's doing, the things that are done through Christ that we get to be a part of, that we really get to celebrate. And so my encouragement to you in this Christmas week video, this Christmas week check-in, is just to remember the promises that God has given us and how he fulfills those promises. And Jesus in the manger is proof that God fulfills his promises. He's proof that God truly cares about us and that God loves us and is willing to go to extreme measures to have a relationship with us. And so as you celebrate this Christmas, and as you deal with the commercialism and the busyness and all the things that get wrapped up in this season, make sure to take time to step back and to remember the baby in a manger, and to remember the promises that God fulfilled through that little baby. That's my encouragement for you. I hope and pray that you have a great Christmas and that God blesses you abundantly. Merry Christmas.